A week left of the transfer window. You've got Stephen Ireland in a permanent, you've got Guidetti in on a loan. Is it fair to say you've been a bit frustrated that that's all you've got by this stage?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think there was a point, certainly early in the window, where we thought there was a possibility of doing our business quite early, but that hasn't panned out, if we're perfectly honest, and we've missed out on a number. Probably been misled somewhat on others as well, so that happens sometimes when you...
What do you mean by misled?
In terms of the information we get, in terms of the plans for certain players or whatever, so that happens. It's happened to me before as well, but it can be frustrating when it falls down because things haven't progressed the way people said they were likely to. So you have to shrug your shoulders and move on. It's about making sure that at the end of the window, which obviously we're not there yet, it's important that if we do win the market, then we're stronger at the end of the window than we were at the beginning, and that's obviously our focus. If we can do that, then it will be a good window.
Was Nikica Jelavic one of those that you thought you might have a... No, it wasn't. That was a misreporting. Okay. The other names I've got to throw at you are Lee Catamol at Sunderland. Is there any truth of your interest in him?
I'll give my stock answer. There's a lot of names banded around until they're actually walking through the door with a Stoke City shirt on. I'm not at liberty to discuss individuals. We're looking to strengthen, and if good players become available, we will be in the market if they were within our means. But I think, given the fact that Sunderland had a fantastic result the other night, which I was there at the game, and they played exceptionally well, and the player you've mentioned played really well for them as well on the night, so I think it's highly unlikely that one will happen.
I understand you don't want to talk about specific names. Can we talk positions? You've made it pretty clear you're after a striker. Do we read that you're after a central midfield player as well, maybe?
No, we're just looking to strengthen. Like I said, if we can be strong at the end of the window, then that's what we'll try and be. There's areas of the team that we look at. Some areas that need addressing more than others, but if something presents itself and it makes sense in terms of obviously the quality of the player and the needs of the team and the squad, then we look at every possibility. So things pop up in windows that maybe come from left field and you haven't considered, and then all of a sudden they present themselves and they make complete sense, so then you pursue them. But I won't just say every egg is in the centre forward basket. We're still obviously actively looking to strengthen the team if we can, but it's fair to say that we've made it quite public knowledge that we're trying to add to the attacking threat.
Which is why it surprised me a little bit that there were reports suggesting you may let Peter Crouch go to Queen's Park Rangers if the money was right. Is that ridiculous? Is he not for sale as far as you're concerned, or is it an option if the price is right?
No, it's not an option.
Thank you for that. You've got a decision, I think, to make the goalkeeper this weekend, haven't you? Is Asmir back and available?
Asmir is an option. I'll make a decision tomorrow on that. It's important that we feel that he's okay. We're not going to compromise him. He's quite positive. So, like I said, I'm very fortunate here at Stoke that I've got three exceptionally talented keepers on varying stages of their careers, so it's in regard we've just been talking about strengthening areas of the team. Certainly goalkeeping area isn't one that we're looking at, so we're very fortunate in that regard, but it's something I'm going to mull over, and I'll speak to the guys tomorrow if I feel I need to explain things, but certainly Asmir, as we stand at the moment, is up for selection as long as he hasn't had a reaction today.
It's been a very special competition for you personally, this one, hasn't it? And all right, going to your old team, Chelsea, is going to be a very difficult tie, but will you put the strongest team out you can because you respect the tournament that much?
I've said before that I will always try and do that because the competition itself was great to me as a player and as a manager. I got to a couple of semi-finals, so I understand the the standing of the competition, and I like to respect it if I can, and I think I've done that since I've become a manager. We've got a big game on Wednesday as well. Big games from now to the end of the year, to be perfectly honest. So we struggle, have time to recover after the Chelsea game. So if I'm that way inclined in terms of selection, if I want to go strong, I can do. But I know the players that probably need games as well. So we'll try and get the balance right.
Chelsea, I think, will probably be thinking the same, but your old team, what do you make of the squad available to Mourinho now? Is it a squad capable of winning that Premier League title?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think if you look at their attacking threat and their current run of form, I mean, they're on a great run at the moment, and they have the capacity to be able to continue that right to the end of the season. They have that capability, so it's not an easy fixture, not an easy tie by any stretch of the imagination for us, but we're going there to have a go. I think it's an opportunity for us just to really go there and try and obviously set a marker down and say, so we're here to try and win the game and see where that takes us. Obviously they've got an embarrassment of riches in many positions. Almost every position is occupied by the top player, and the backup isn't too bad either. So they're a strong group, but on the day in the cup, anything can happen.
Thank you, mate.
Stamford Bridge is clearly a tough place to go on any day, but under Mourinho it's proved impossible. Can you use the fact that you beat them at home earlier in the season?
Well, yeah, I mean, we take confidence from the fact that we've already beaten them this year, albeit it wasn't at Stamford Bridge, and historically Stamford Bridge under Mourinho is a very difficult place to get a positive result. But the fact that we've beaten them, I think, will obviously help us and possibly play on their mind somewhat. So we've got to use that to our advantage. I think there won't be any apprehension in terms of what we're going to try and do. It's whether or not on the day we execute what we're trying to do and do it well. If we do it well, then on our day we're difficult for anybody to beat, as we've proved, and as Chelsea know. So we'll see how we do.
Rob mentioned that Asmir is on his way back. Is anyone else on their way back that missed out last week?
No, Robert Hughes is still unavailable. John Guidetti, unfortunately, was a little bit ill today, so we'll have to check him tomorrow and make sure he's okay. Andy Wilkinson is still unavailable. I think, unless you remind me, I think that's it.
Kenwyn was left out last week for other reasons. Does he come back into the reckoning this week?
Well, in terms of numbers, we're a little bit down this week, so it comes into our thinking. He's contracted player, so he's a bit.
And just finally from me, Asmir, touch wood, is on his way back. Jack Butland is among the young players hoping to go to Brazil with England. If he stays here, he may be sitting on the bench. Will he potentially be going out to another club on loan to give him?
We haven't made that decision yet. I think in terms of Jack, I think he's done really well since he's come into the side, and that was the thinking behind obviously giving him an opportunity to play. Asmir's injury was unfortunate, and it was a difficult time, but Jack stepped in, and I thought he's been excellent. So in terms of my thinking and my mindset in terms of the position of the goalkeepers, I'm very confident in Jack, and I know that he can perform at Premier League level, and that was really the gist of the exercise from my point of view, is that I needed to know that I could trust Jack and give him his performances, and I certainly can.
Mark, Matty Epperson was another one he missed out last
Matty, no, Matty's still, he's pulled his calf, unfortunately, so he's not good.
I think that's all the names good.
Yeah.
Mark, just one on Kenwyn, how's he been this week? How has he reacted? How you want him to react after last week?
Who's that, sorry?
Kenwyn.
Yeah, he's come in and he's trained correctly, and that's what I would expect from Kenwyn. Yeah, it's a situation we've been through, and there's been discussions about it. We both parties know where they stand at the moment, so he's fit at the moment. He's training, so he's available.
You touched on John there having a bit of illness today. It's a shame really, because is he, prior to that, would he have been ready to start?
Well, he's certainly one of the players I was hoping to give a little bit of game time to. We'll see how he is. He may be okay. It might be just a 24-hour thing. Let's hope it is, because it would be a good opportunity to see what he can produce for us.
Cheers.
Mark, I spoke to a lot of fans about Sunday's game, and they seem to have written a Chelsea game off because they believe that the Sunderland game, the Man United game, Swansea, Southampton games are much more important. Have you got any sort of feelings on that?
I can understand that. I think Premier League points are vitally important to us, but like I said, we're playing Sunday, Wednesday. I feel if I want to go stronger, I can do, because the time scale involved obviously would have been different if we were playing Sunday, Tuesday, which originally we were penciled in to do, so the extra day gives us time to recover. So we'll see how we do on Sunday. I think there is an opportunity to go as strong as I would think, or I would like. But it's about getting the balance right as well, and I'm mindful of the game on Wednesday as well. But certainly it will be a strong side.
And just to confirm, did you mention Robert Huth? You mentioned Andy Wilkinson's not available, but Robert Huth won't be available until the end of the month, is it?
We're not sure yet.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks, Mark.
No problem.
Good luck.